This is Adam Pincus with The Real Deal. We're standing outside Stuyvesant Town, the massive post-war housing development project on Manhattan's east side. We're here because Stuyvesant Town is the largest example from among a series of rent-stabilized apartment complexes that were purchased in recent years by well-heeled investors. Their intention was to increase profitability of the buildings, mostly by raising rents. However, far from being profitable, these complexes don't generate even enough income to cover their debt service payments. Today we'll speak with a mortgage securities expert, Tom Fink, and a housing advocate, Benjamin Dulchin, about what they expect to happen to these buildings in the future. Investors such as Apollo Real Estate Advisors, Vantage Properties, Pinnacle Group, and Stellar Management bought or refinanced thousands of mostly rent-stabilized apartments in Upper Manhattan and Queens with high debt levels in 2006 and 2007. Those loans were repackaged as mortgage-backed securities. In order to make sure they could cover mortgage payments, the owners set aside millions of dollars in debt reserve accounts, but Tom Fink at the mortgage analysis firm Trepp says they've been rapidly burning through those funds.
Those interest reserves are running out, and so anywhere from 3 to 6 months from now, the interest reserves are gone, the property cash flows aren't going to be sufficient to pay the mortgage.
Tishman Speyer and BlackRock Realty set aside $400 million in 2006 for debt reserves, but according to Fitch Ratings, by January less than $130 million remained. At the same time, income from Stuyvesant Town renters covered just 67% of the monthly debt service. Meanwhile, when Apollo and Vantage purchased their Queens portfolio in 2006, they set aside $7 million, but Trepp says now their income covers just 69% of their monthly debt payments on the more than 2,000 units they bought.
I think what's happening already is that the borrowers and the servicers are already talking.
Neil Rubler, president and CEO of Vantage Properties, said, quote, "These are long-term investments and we are well positioned to meet today's challenges and improve our assets for the benefit of our residents." Housing advocate Benjamin Dulchin said tens of thousands of apartments are owned by private equity landlords who are in financial trouble.
We think there's about 54,000 units of affordable rent-stabilized housing in the city that are coming close to defaulting on their debt. Our concern is that the banks need to understand the actual income and space value of the buildings and need to look to a purchaser who is able to manage the buildings in their current market context and with the current tenants in place.
Although troubled portfolios such as Stuyvesant Town, the Savoy, and Pinnacle Group's holdings like West 108th Street remain valuable, some of the apartment loans in New York City may become too expensive to own.
But what could potentially happen is the owner says, I'm not going to put any more money in the property, there's a shortfall on the mortgage. The servicer is going to start the process of either restructuring the loan or more than likely begin to try and take control of the property through a foreclosure.
This is Adam Pincus. Thanks for watching. See you next time at The Real Deal.